What is up, my friends? Jesse with Just Man Sports Cards, and today we're going to do my top 23 most valuable Michael Jordan cards in my collection, and we're going to jump right into it. Here we go. Card number 23 on the list is the 1992 Michael Jordan Beam Team Members Only. The Members Only is the more rare version, about half as rare as the base version. It's got to have this Members Only stamp. These were sent out in special sets that you had to mail order in. And that's card number 23 on the list. Card number 22 on the list is actually a card I'm storing at my vault and will pop up right now. It's the 1993 Stadium Club First Day issue. It's got to have that foil stamp there on the right hand side that you can see. I have this at a value of $340 and a PSA 9 with a pop 94 with only 22 higher. Next on the list at card 21 is a refractor. Look at that shine, the etching. Gorgeous card. PSA 8, the honor roll. It's got a Kim Olajuwon on the back. So you practically get two refractors in one. And I have this coming in a value of $365 and a PSA 8. And it's a pop 30 with only 59 higher. So only 89 graded copies out there at this level or higher. Card number 20 on the list. We have some game used material, refractor finish. It's the 2006 Upper Deck Reserve Materials, number to 100. Gorgeous card. I have this valued at $400 and a PSA 8. It's pop 5 and 0 higher. So I could easily see this going for more. But that's the current market value I have it at right now. Card number 19 on the list, most valuable in my collection, is the 95 Anticipation PSA 9. Some people call this a ghost card because it's got multiple versions of Jordan on there. Gorgeous card. Came from a high-end set. Flair back in the day, if you're not aware, was the premium set at the time. It was retailed for $4 or $5 a pack. And I have this card valued at $400 as well on a PSA 9 with 197 population, 89 higher. Card number 18 on the list is the Meltdown. Incredible shine on these. These were a pull rate of 1 per 36. So that's basically 1 per box. And a PSA 8. These are highly condition sensitive. I have this at $405. And it's a pop 210 with 83 higher. Shaquille is also in the set. And a 9 does about triple what this is. Next card on the list is card 17, Rain Man, another members only. So this would be coming in a mail-in set as well. Much rarer 9, highly condition sensitive card. It's got this foil finish on it. As you can see here, makes it it's very prone to chipping on the back, but this is an extremely clean copy. And at card number 17 on the list, I have this at $450, and it's got a pop 20 with only 5 higher. So only 25 copies of this are floating out there at this grade or higher. Definitely could see this one moving up. All these cards are long-term holds for me, so you won't see me moving these. The next card is one I just graded, and it's at the PSA Vault. The picture will pop up. The SPX Excitement. This is a card I graded myself. If I hadn't graded it, I wouldn't have it in a PSA 10 copy. Most of the time, I'm completely okay with the 9s, especially for the pocketbook. I have this at a value of $500 in a PSA 10, and there's 112 copies of it out there. Card number 15. This is one I've graded myself as well. High risers, members only. Members only, like I've been saying, is the rare version. On this one, it has to have this print on the back. And this card is highly prone to chipping on the back. It's embossed, which you can see there. So it's basically that was pressed into the card to give Jordan the rise and kind of the etching on the front. Awesome card. potentially what I would consider the lowest, um, what to call it, the most valuable, the best bang for the buck, price wise, is how I would say is, and this is comes in at 535, a PSA 9, and actually a copy just sold this week for $601. So I could move it up the list, but that was only a couple days ago. It's a pop 24 with only 11 higher, so there's only 35 copies of these floating out there. And anything with Jordan Shine, I mean, does pretty well. So that was card number 15 on the list. Card number 14 is one I just picked up a couple weeks ago. It could pop up on the screen here. It's at the PSA Vault 2, the top crop members only. I have it valued at $570 and a PSA 9, and it's a pop 15 with only 2 higher. So cards that are population of 20 or under, I definitely could see moving on Jordan. There's just not that many copies floating out on the list. Number 13 on the list is Upper Deck Black Diamond Sheer Brilliance. There's 2 versions. The Brilliance is out of 230 and the Extreme is out of 23. So not many copies floating around. It'd be awesome if it was 23 out of 23, but it is not the case. And 8, I have this at $700. The Brilliance out of 230, I would call those affordable cards, and 8, they run you like 125, 150. So if you want to pick up a similar picture in the card and just a less rare version that's more affordable, that's what you would want to go after. So this is a pop 3 with only 1 higher, so only 4 copies of this card floating out. And I just pulled the pop report on all this stuff, so it's very fresh. Graded this myself as well, pack pulled. These boxes used to be more affordable, but they've doubled since I bought them 2 or 3 years ago. Some people call this Electrified. It is a base card, PSA 10, and I have this valued at $700, and it's a pop 120. 9s will run you about $55-$60, and 8s run you about $20-$25. If you just want to pick up a copy of the card. Number 11 on the list, maybe the most iconic, is the Scoring Kings. It's hard to get if you just don't have just the perfect lighting. But these cards are gorgeous in hand, and I'm not going to do it justice here. So at number 11, I have this at $750. It's a pop 859 with 461 higher. So you're looking at 1,000 copies of this floating out there at this grade or higher, and it commands this price. So that shows you where the demand is. So this might be the highest demanded card on the top 23 list, however you want to look at that. Moving into the top 10, this is one I graded last year, not this past year, but so almost 2 years ago, is the Skybox. I graded it in PSA 10. If I hadn't graded it 10, I wouldn't have it in 10. Just value-wise, like I said earlier, pop 41. These came in 1 in 72 packs. Number 9 on the list, Beam Team, members only. And 8 is at auction right now. So I think it's at $450, $500 right now. So we'll see what it goes for. I have this last valued at $825. So we'll see if it gets up there or if it creeps higher. It's a pop 13 with 30 higher. So only 43 copies floating out there. It's got to have the members only stamp. Sometimes just do your due diligence if you're spending this much on Jordan cards. PSA is mislabeling some members only versions. So it's got to have the stamp or it's got to have the writing on the front or back. So you got to look for that. PSA needs to be doing a little better job on that. There's 2 auctions recently that I caught that I called out to the people selling them. Don't know if they're going to take them down, but we'll see. Next on the list is number 8. It's a Beam Team. I graded this myself as well. Took a slight L on this one because it graded an 8. I was hoping for a 9 to kind of break even. A 10 would have been a home run. The Beam Team 500 out of 500. It's year 2002, and I have this valued at 825, and it's 13 with 30 higher. So my bad. The last card was 31 pop with 29. So pop 60 versus pop 43 on this one. And the next card on the list, number 7, we're going to get even more rare. This is a pop 13 with only 5 higher, so only 18 of these copies were floating out there. The stamp. If you ever graded warp speed cards, they're condition sensitive, all black back. Makes it, this one even has a little chipping you can see, but it's an 8, so you're going to get a little of that. I have this valued at number 7 on the list at $850 as well. So a couple cards in that $800 range. Next on the list, card number 6. I have this one getting reholdered by PSA right now. It's the 1997 Quick Strike. These were pretty rare too. I think like 1 in 96 packs. So I have it at $855 value. It's a pop 101 with 16 higher. So pretty strong demand on this card. Next one, number 5 on the list, is possibly my favorite looking one, to be honest. It's the 96. This is Kobe's rookie year, so he has one of these cards. Ray Allen's rookie year. Allen Iverson also has one of these. I have the Ray Allen in the 9, and I have the Allen Iverson in the 8. I do not have the Kobe. I have the Clifford Robertson Row Zero Legacy, actually. So this also comes in a Legacy version. Legacy will have blueprint here, and then on the back it'll be serial numbered out of 150. And this Legacy of this goes for over $10,000. This is the non-Legacy, so it does about $950. And it's a pop 113 with 32 higher, so about 140, 150 of these. So fairly rare, but not super rare. Row 1 will be less rare, and then row 2 will be even less rare than that. So this is the rarest version out of this row 1 bonus content. That's what the row 1 looks like. And it goes for, in a 9, it goes for a pretty penny too. I just have the 7s and 8s of that, but it's a gorgeous card as well. Just happen to have that sitting there. Next card on the list, number 4, is one I just got graded. So it's at the PSA vault. Lucked out on this one, PSA 10. It's only a pop 12. So this card has not actually sold in the last year in a PSA 10. So I have it going at 1,000. I could see it going for a lot more than that. I just can't see it going for less than that. So that was my best projection. This is the rarest insert in the 1999 SPX set of Jordan. And then we're going to crack into the top 3. This card has been on a little bit of a roller coaster over the last 2 years. Natural Born Thrillers. So these basically were 1 per box, but the boxes were a little smaller. They're like 18 packs. So sometimes it take you a little more than a box to pull one. Garnett's rookies in this as well. That's the other big card. The Jordan goes for way more than the Garnett, but the Garnett would be your second big card. Some people do collect this whole set. Now, PSA 9, I have this at $1,000 as well. And it's pop 195 with 55 higher, so basically a population of 250. So this is another card with strong demand. And these feel awesome in hand. It's kind of like a canvasy texture. And then it's got the cut and way ahead of its time. Number 2 on the list, Stadium Club. That's what TSC stands for, Top Stadium Club, if you weren't aware. Die cut, members only. This comes in a luminescent version as well. It has a refractor on the front, and then there's an illuminator version, which is a refractor on the front and back, and those are the rarest of the rare. They only go up in values. But then This goes for more than the base because it is the members only version. These are just hard to find. This is a Pop 8 with only 7 higher. It's only 15 copies floating out there. So I've just valued at $1,600. Um, and this card actually looks pretty good in the free floating case of PSA, where it's not tight or whatever. Sometimes I have not the strongest greens on them doing that. I do like kind of tighter fit like this. This is card number 1. Hardcore Heroics, members only. Jordan, incredible shine. They're almost always a little over to the left here. As you can see, the writing, sometimes the writing will be the printing will be a little off. So you just have to watch for that. You have to watch for chipping on the front. All of this foil can chip very easily. So it's pretty condition sensitive. Members only version, you gotta look for the printing. It can be a little harder to see on this one. But at the top of the list, this one just sold for $2,500 this year at PWCC, a fixed price vault. It's a Pop 6 with only 3 higher. I know what I paid for mine, and so I completely believe that value at $2,500. So it's only population 9. And that's it. It's a wrap.